So one of the questions people ask me, some people ask me, is how many hours I work a day and what time I get off. So I just want to let you know that there are days where things do not go as planned. On a normal day, I usually get off between 12 and 1 o'clock. But right now it's 3:38. As I record this, it's on Saturday morning technically. But I made a live stream earlier on, which was yesterday, Friday, and I was at my second stop at a live unload, and I told you guys how those guys were going to treat me as a walk-in because I was 45 minutes late. Well, I was there until I left that place at, I think, 10:15, something like that, and they hadn't even started on me. So dispatch just decided to take me out of there because at 10:15 they were not yet even starting on me. I don't know what was wrong, because there were other trucks out there that I had found that had not even been started on. So they gave me another load which picked out of Dallas. I brought it back here. By the time I came back here, it was about midnight. But the planner decided to give me 3 more loads, short loads, kind of to help me make up for the day. At that time, I had the option. I would have said, you know what, I'm done. It's midnight. I want to go home. But my philosophy is, if there is work and I have the time and I have the energy, I'm not going to refuse work because I don't know what tomorrow brings, right? You may refuse to work today when you have the time, the loads are there, you have the energy, and tomorrow you may want to work, but maybe there are no loads. So I was so glad I actually went in and thanked him for doing that. 3 short loads, those are what I've been doing. Now, the thing is, I could have finished those loads earlier on, but the problem was each of those 3 loads had a problem. That's the funny thing with trucking, is you never know what to expect. Every one of those 3 loads had a problem. The first one, it didn't have paperwork, so I had to come back here to the office to get paperwork, and then they hadn't dispatched me, so by the time I got to exit the gate, I couldn't get out of the gate because I wasn't dispatched. I sent them messages. It's like they took forever. I had actually to walk back inside to tell them to dispatch me. The second load, it was on the trucks. I had to look for it on the trucks. It wasn't yet off of the truck, so I had to look for it. And then when I found it, it was a little bit boxed in, so I had to figure out how to get it out. The third load, it was something to do with BNSF, again to do with billing. It's like each of those 3 loads, actually even at the customer, when I got at the customer on one of the loads, they gave me an empty to pull out, but when I went to get the empty wasn't there. So I decided to pull out another empty. When I got to the security guard was like, no, I need to call now the shipping office. I had gone back to the shipping office, the guy wasn't there. So I had to wait at the gate. Security was trying to get in touch with shipping and receiving. They were not at the desk. I had to wait until they come back. And then it's like everything went totally wrong. So at the end of the day, right now I'm just getting off work 3:38. Actually, right now, since I'm recording this, it's past 3:38. But I just wanted to let you know that sometimes things happen in trucking, where, like, for those of you who ask me what time do I get off, how many hours do I work, the answer is normally I get off between midnight and 1 o'clock, or let me say between midnight and 2 o'clock. especially right now that I even have, I just, last week is when I really understood that I have now a slip seat. So right now I share my truck with somebody else. But I'm happy with the guy I share it with because I think he's at least he keeps it clean. At first I thought, like he was one of, because usually they used to rent it, I mean to give it out as a loaner truck to other drivers. But then I realized that uh, the person I'm sharing it with was kind of consistent. So I asked my manager if I'm sleep sitting, and he said yes. So now that I'm sitting, I have to make sure I get back before he starts work, which I'm not sure what time he starts, but I'm thinking probably 2 o'clock, since I start at 2 o'clock. But today, the reason I didn't mind it is because I think he works Monday to Friday. So knowing that today is going to be Saturday, I don't expect him to be here. Anyway, so I usually work, I usually get off between, let me say, between 12 and 2 o'clock. Most of the time it's between 12 and 1 o'clock. But as I said, today is one of those unusual days. For those that are already in trucking, they know these days happen. But for those of you that are just new to trucking, I just wanted to let you know and show you what can go wrong, or how things can go wrong. Now, as I said, I had the option of saying, you know what, no, I'm done, I'm tired, let me go home. But I don't want to be known as somebody who doesn't like to work. And I also want to make sure that if I have the time, I have the energy, and the loads are there, I want to take advantage of that day to the fullest I can. So I was so happy that my boss, the planner, gave me 3 more extra loads. He didn't have to, but he was looking out to me. So I don't want for somebody else to be looking out for me, and then I'm just wasting those opportunities. So that's why I'm getting off late, but I'm happy with the loads that I got. So anyway, time to go home. All right, guys. Until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye bye.